Hello, and welcome to ParshasTetsava in the public year of 2016. I'm Grandpa Jim, or as they say in French, Sabi, and this is Huvadina. And Huvadina has been studying about the main topic of our Parsha this week, which is the clothes of the Kohanim, the regular Kohanim, and the Kohen Hagadol. First, a couple of things I want to mention. The very first paragraph of this week's Parsha has to do with making oil for the Mishkan. And it had to be pure oil. So usually when you make olive oil, you mix up a bunch of olives, you squash them, and there's a mixture of oil and some watery type stuff and lots of little pieces of olive. And then you let it settle for a while, and then you have the pure oil at the top, and then the water below, and then the stuff on the bottom. But we understand that the oil that we use in the menorah, in the Mishkan, has to be absolutely pure. So there's none of this mixing and settling. They would squeeze each olive and get the very first drop, put that olive aside, and take another one. So it'll take a long time, but the oil that they had from this process was pure. One drop from each olive. I'd like to mention to you, first of all, we have an old video of us making olive oil here in Eretz Israel, and we'll put that URL on the website, and you can go and watch it happening. And it is also possible for you to make your own olive oil at home, wherever you are. You get olives that have no pits. If you can get the big, juicy, oily ones from the store, they're even better. And you put them in the food processor. If you're using cans of plain pitted olives, you can use at least 2 cans. And you turn it on, let it go for a long time. And then finally when it's done, you take out all the guk, the resek, and put it into your mother's best shaitel. No. Put it into a sock or a piece, or what I like to use is old undershirts.
No.
But you have to wash them first. And then,
Why?
because otherwise it's sweaty and yucky. And you tie the thing at the top, and you squeeze it, and you get all the stuff to drip out, and then just hang it somewhere over the bowl, and let it drip out overnight. And the next morning when you come in, there will be a thin layer of olive oil there. And you can spoon that out and put it in a little glass and put a floating wick on and light it. You'll get, I don't know, when I did it, I got over an hour of flame from that. Of course, if you can get olives fresh off the tree after the first rains, after Sukkot, that's the best. So that's the olive oil. Now, the final matter we're going to, the last thing that's discussed in this week's Parsha is the incense altar, the Mizbeach for the incense. And you recall we showed you last week what this would look like. It was 2 amos tall, that's about my height, by 1 amos wide. I wish that were my width. And what I have to show you is something that I did in school with my students. The incense altar is supposed to have holes and sticks like this. We didn't get that far on that. But this is the Aron Kodesh. It had the original luchos in there and a jar of mun. And it had Aaron's rod, his stick. We made the bottom part here out of wood, also wood actually, and the top part, the kruvim, we made out of clay, and then spray painted the whole thing. These circles on the side are made by slicing a thin piece of dried bamboo, and these sticks we found on the floor somewhere. So that's the last. Now, the main part of our Parsha talks about the clothing of the Kohanim, the big day kahuna. You had for the regular, the Kohen Chedia, there were 4 garments. And for the Kohen Gadol, There were another 4 garments.
One.
One?
Kohen Gadol.
One Kohen Gadol. That's it. Plenty of Kohanim, but only one Kohen Gadol. So Huvadina is going to show us little pictures of each of the garments. So should we start with the Kohen Chedia?
The Kohen Gadol of this or this?
Yeah, let's start with the Kohen Chedia.
So.
Okay, so the first thing he puts on is,
Nasayim.
alright, Micht Nasayim, and I have a bigger picture here. They're sort of half pants, just to keep him dry and keep him from sweating. Okay, and then next he puts on, which is the what? Uh-oh! They're flying away. Excuse us a minute. Okay. And, you know what? Let's just put a cover on them between shots. Okay. This is the ketonet, that the long tunic that the regular Kohanim wore. And next we have the mikbat. And then lastly he would put on his I'm sorry, I mixed that up. That's the that's the mikbat. Avnate, the sash. Okay. So we put that around his middle, and so that's a regular Kohen serving the in the Mishkan, later on in the Beit HaMikdash. But then there was one. How many Kohanim Gadolim were there? Oh no, how many men? One. And how many clothes did he have that were special?
Shmone.
Okay, we had the 4 that the regular Kohanim had, and then he had a few more, right? So he had. Oh, these are blowing all over.
Yeah.
Okay, that's there. Let's show the what we have here. On top of his ketonet, he had a. This is it. This is the me'il, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Kohen.
Right. And then.
With the Kohen.
Okay. Then this is. And then what is this?
What are the Kohen throwing away? It's not wanted.
Oh, behind you there. Here's one, and on the floor. He had the ephod, which is kind of like a backwards apron, and then attached to that had the avanim, which are on the choshen, right? 12 avanim, 1 for each
men.
Shevet. Okay, and then he also had, which was special. Let's see what we got for the choshen, the ephod, and also he also had a hat, but it was a special hat, different hat than the right. So he had this special hat on his head. And he also had something up here called the tzitz, which was a piece of gold, more of an ornament than clothing. A tzitz that said Kodesh Hashem, holy to God. Okay, so clothes.
Finish?
Who knows the first clothes that were made and discussed in the Torah? Okay, if you said, it's okay. keeps going. If you said, when Hashem made skins into clothes for Adam and Chava, you would be absolutely wrong, because somebody made clothes before that. They weren't very good.
I understand.
Let's just close your page here so that these guys don't fly away. Before that, Adam and Chava had clothes they made for themselves out of fig leaves. I don't recommend that you go on the subway wearing fig leaves. You're liable to be arrested for indecent exposure. Okay? However, how many other times can you think of that the Torah refers to clothes, special clothes? Okay, what's the next time after Hashem made the clothes for Adam and Chava? How about Yosef? Well, maybe I'm missing one. Maybe there's one before then of special clothing. How about after Yosef? Well, Yosef actually there are two. One was the coat that his father made for him, that Yaakov made for him, and the other one was he ended up in the same sorry state as Adam and Chava. So, if you want to, you could email me however many different times that the Torah talks specifically about clothing, and we'll get a whole big list, and then maybe next week we'll go over that. So, have a wonderful Shabbat Tetzaveh. We're very happy here because a friend of ours is having a Shabbos bris for their first child, a boy, and they are not Kohanim, so we'll have a Pigeon of Ben coming up. So you have a wonderful time, and remember, Kibbud Av V'Eim, honor your mother and your father, and it'll go well with you. Okay. Bye-bye.
How Mommy could send it.
Oh, Mommy knows how to do anything.
No, but how people could see the movie.
How they could see it? Well, we send it and they get it. Okay, bye.